Happy Tuesday. So today I want to talk about why it is that we can't seem to get where we want to be in life. Why is it that we find ourselves stuck or unable to get where we want to be in our lives, whether it's financially, with romantic relationships, or just in the day-to-day life? Like, why is it that we know what needs to happen logically? We're intelligent. We can make a list of the things that we need to do to get where we want to be. But somehow we can't seem to ever actually obtain what it is that we want in our lives. We keep reaching the same amount of money just to deplete our bank accounts again, or we find the partner we want and then somehow end up breaking up after 6 months or pushing that person away in general. Um, we want to go to the gym every day. We want to get up early and be part of that 5 a.m. club, or we want to choose the salad over the fries, or we want to get our laundry done all in one shot. But no matter what, it seems that we can never make those changes. And if we can make those changes, we can't make them last. It might work for a day, a week, maybe even a month, but it never lasts. We can't seem to actually achieve that desired result that we really want. We're always hitting this glass ceiling when it comes to our goals. And even though we live in a time that we have all this access to all this information and all of the resources we could ever possibly need to obtain those goals, we just can't seem to actually get there. And it's because there's a part of our brain, part of our mind that's been programmed through time to live in comfort. And comfort doesn't allow for change because that would cause you to become uncomfortable. And the mind really doesn't want to be uncomfortable. The mind wants to live and keep you safe in that space of comfort. And that comfort has been created based on everything that your subconscious mind has taken in your life, especially the belief systems that were programmed into you before the age of 7. So if you grew up in a household where you were told you could only have what you wanted if you were good, if you behaved, you were told if you were really good when you go into the store, you'll get a treat, right? And then you act up in the store and you don't get the Kinder Surprise at the till. That living in that would result in a belief system that you can't have what you want because you're bad, because you don't deserve it. Or you only get things you want when you deserve them, when you're good, when you've done the things that you're supposed to do. Oh, I will go and buy myself that new pair of pants when I lose the weight. I'll treat myself to a coffee when I get all my chores done. As an adult, we're doing these things, and it creates that pattern in your life to self-sabotage because you don't believe that you're actually worthy of what you desire. You're not good enough to have what you want in life. If you grew up in a household where you were told money doesn't grow on trees, we don't have enough for that, we can't afford it, and that would result in a belief system that money isn't available to you. There isn't enough of what you want to go around, so you can't have what you want, which will create a pattern of getting really close to what you want and then pushing it away, spending all the money, draining the bank account because you don't believe you deserve it. If you grew up in a household where love wasn't available to you, your parents fought all the time, maybe there was abuse in the home, there wasn't a lot of physical touch or affection, maybe you didn't even grow up with your own parents. This will create a belief system that love isn't available to you, that love might come with violence, or that love is only available on a short-term basis. There isn't any longevity, there isn't any unconditional love. That love results in pain, which will create a pattern of you pushing anything that looks like love away because it isn't available to you, or love is unsafe, or it makes you feel uncomfortable to feel love, to be nurtured, to have attention. If you grew up in a household where looks and appearance were either the only thing that mattered or that didn't matter at all. Maybe when you were growing up like myself in the 90s, I talk about this all the time, right? There's always that get skinny quick scheme, lose 7 pounds in 7 days on the front of that magazine sitting on the nightstand. There was fat jokes, your mama jokes, shame about your body type. Maybe you grew up in a household where you couldn't have sweets and there was a lot of restriction around food. That one, this one is pretty layered. I mean, they all are. These are just examples. But growing up like that can cause a belief system that your body isn't attractive just the way that it is, that you don't have any worth because of the way you look on the outside, that you have to restrict yourself in order to be accepted. You have to change the way that your body looks in order to be accepted. And you might have a bad relationship with food. You might starve yourself and then end up binge eating because that isn't sustainable. You might want to get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym, but if that belief system is fueling you from a negative place, from a place of, I have to do this in order to be accepted, to be loved, to be wanted, instead of a place of, I want to do this for myself. I desire to do this because I feel good. This is for me and not for external validation. It's not going to work because you're doing it from a belief system of lack. So even though you desire these things in your life, the belief system that's been programmed into your subconscious is that you can't have it. And there is a law in the self-development community that says people will never rise above their own opinion of themselves. People will never rise above their own opinion of themselves. So if you have this belief in your mind that you can't have the thing that you want so badly, you want this thing so bad, but you just can't have it, of course you're never going to get it. If what's been programmed into you at such a young age, before the age of 7 and moving forward, was that you don't deserve the thing that you now want as an adult, the thing that you're striving for. If that belief system isn't, I deserve to have whatever it is that I desire in my life because I'm inherently worthy of it, then of course it's not available to you, because you'll never rise above the limit that you've been programmed to believe deep within you is available to you. If you believe it's not available, of course it's not available. Self-development and self-growth is not the lottery. You don't get to get what you want by luck. It comes with work. The law of attraction. Positive brings positive, negative brings negative. You ever notice when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning, you're already grumpy, you've probably overslept, you burn your tongue on your coffee, your milk's gone sour, you stub your toe on the way out the door, and then you get stuck in construction and you're late for work. Negative vibrations result in negative vibrations. In that law of self-development also mirrors the law of relationships that states no one can ever love us more than we love ourselves. If you don't love you, if you don't start waking up every single day knowing that you are enough, knowing that you are worthy, that you are lovable, that those things are not going to be available to you if your life, in your life, if it doesn't start with you. You have to love you first. You have to set that bar for you. And by reprogramming the belief systems that are held in your subconscious, by removing that belief of lack, the belief that it's not available, the belief that it can't be yours, by changing everything that's going on in that belief system, you begin to take back the power. You can then change the way that your mind operates, step out of your comfort zone, and start building that life that you do desire. When you change the way that your mind is running your day-to-day life, because it is subconsciously, you get to attract and bring in what you desire without those limiting beliefs, without the past holding you back, without whatever your parents instilled in you. Those aren't yours. Those are theirs. Build your own. Take the step to change the way you see yourself, the way you love yourself. That is the key to getting what you want in this life. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you next week.